What is going on, my fellow investors, and welcome back to Everything Finance, where we talk about everything money related, including the stock and cryptocurrency market, as well as just going over some basic money managing skills. So, in today's video, we're going to be taking another look at Crypto.com coin. This is tied for my largest position in my crypto portfolio alongside ETH, and it is actually just one of my largest positions in my overall portfolio. So I have a lot of faith in this coin. As mentioned previously, I am a Visa holder with Crypto.com. I have yet to make a video on that Visa, but that is still coming out. There's just a lot of things to consider when I make that. And yeah, I just love the whole Crow ecosystem. But as you guys can see on the day, I mean, we are down like 8.5% on the day at the moment. And if we just take a look at the crypto bubbles real quick, you guys will see that this is not an isolated event to just crypto.com. The whole market is really just selling off. I mean, this is the first time I've seen Hex actually move with the market. It's usually the contrarian. Um, and it has even joined its fellow cryptos on the move to the downside today. So we just got everything going down for the most part. Some pockets of green here and there. But yeah, I mean, when one of the only green things on your crypto platform is Tether, you know that it's just not a good day in the market. Um, and so the reason I wanted to make this video about Crow today specifically is because we're actually touching an interesting price here at that 50 cent mark, which we're going to talk about in a second. But first, let's talk about some of the news that has come out with Crypto.com since our last video. So the first one being Crypto.com made two acquisitions this past month, actually at the beginning of December. They acquired Nadex and they acquired the small exchange. And basically what this is going to allow them to do is Nadex is going to allow them to offer derivative products, and then the small exchange is going to offer them the ability to trade futures. Okay, so Crypto.com is now trying to move beyond simply just spot trading by also getting into derivatives and futures. I mean, once again, just really trying to transform themselves into a one-stop shop for all your trading needs. And I think that with these acquisitions they've been making, and this acquisition was specifically for the U.S. customers, and I do think that this means the exchange is coming to the US very, very shortly. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, right now the Crypto.com app is available for the United States, but the Crypto.com exchange is not. And the Crypto.com exchange is essentially Crypto.com's equivalent to Coinbase Pro. So it's a platform that's meant more so for pro traders who are looking to make quick trades on margin, whatever it is. Now they're looking to add derivatives and futures trading, and I really think that this is going to be integrated into their exchange and not their regular app. And this makes me believe that they are very close to launching their exchange in the US, which is very bullish for Crypto.com and for Procoin. And the second thing we're going to look at is oh man, so Matt Damon has just been getting roasted on Twitter for his Crypto.com commercial. I find it pretty funny that he's getting roasted now. I mean, this trailer has already been all over the place. And yeah, I mean, some of these tweets are hilarious, man. I just cannot stop laughing that Matt Damon's pitch for crypto is to be like a brave explorer, invest your life savings into crypto. This is the same pitch my buddy in sixth grade used to get me to dive from a railroad trestle into the river. Okay. This one's good. At Spider Man and before the previews, we got Matt Damon in an ad for crypto, and my nephew yelled, "Whatever, Mark Wahlberg." And honestly, I cannot imagine a better roast. And these just go on and on and on. And guys, look, there isn't enough yuck in the world to describe Matt Damon advertising a Ponzi scheme. Ah, man. I mean, listen, it's funny. You gotta laugh. Some of these tweets are funny. But guys, again, I think that one of the biggest things you can learn to do in this market is be a contrarian, and not listen. You know, when you have the mass majority saying it's a Ponzi scheme, it's a scam, if you've actually done your own research, into this coin. I mean, these tweets just make me more bullish than ever because this just shows us, guys, how early we are to the party. Okay, like these tweets really just reminded me. It's so easy because when you invest in crypto or stocks, you generally do end up speaking to like-minded people who are also invested, and I think it tends to make people forget that we are actually, like, especially when it comes to crypto, we are like well ahead of the curve. If you guys are watching this video, if you're watching any crypto videos, if you have any money in crypto, you are ahead of the curve, okay? And tweets like this, where we still have people calling it, a Ponzi scheme, and trying to roast Matt Damon and say that he's promoting like fraud and Ponzi schemes. Guys, Crypto.com is one of the best insured companies in the world. And if these guys knew anything about Crow's performance over this past year, they would probably think twice before tweeting it. But they must not know about Crow's performance over this past year because they would already feel infinitely dumb for making that tweet. Let's just look at Crow's performance over the past year, actually. Oh, gosh. Okay, January 6th. Wow. So we are up only 637%. And at our peak, we were up almost 1,200%. You guys are right. You must be right. And by all means, I mean, listen, it doesn't mean that Crow can't come back down. But again, stuff like this, guys, just let it remind you how early we are to the party, okay? And last but not least, we're going to take a look at the chart one more time. So I think last time we spoke about Crow, we were actually around here. We were around the mid 50 cent, low 50 cent level, and this was leading up to the Crypto.com arena night. And we've actually come right back down. So the first thing I'm noticing here is, unfortunately, we actually have broken this trend, this yellow uptrend line that I drew here. It only started really around November when we started taking off. So it's honestly was not the strongest trend line, but one of the only few that we had to work with at the moment. And you know what? Now that we've actually hit a few downtrends, we can actually go ahead and put that in there very safely as a little bit of a downtrending channel as well. And yeah, it is clearly acting as some resistance there. So guys, I think the most likely scenario here is that we do come back down to test this 48.5 cent level, give or take. I mean, you can see here that it acted as some resistance and then support on a couple daily candles. Huge stop loss rate here, but you can see that we did a wick all the way down to that 48 cent level. We tested it again here, and we're going back down to test it again, okay? So I would probably predict that we come back down to test that 48 cent level before we either make a move upwards or we break further below. And if we break further below, keep 40 cents on your radar. Even the mid 30 cent level, 32.5, 33 cents, and huge level of support at 25 cents. I don't know in what world we go back down to 25 cents, but if that did happen, guys, that is a massive level of support. That was actually our previous all-time high around here, where we almost hit 28, 30 cents. Then it acted as strong resistance here, and then when we eventually broke that all-time high, this is when we absolutely ripped. So I mean, that's kind of talking doomsday, like worst case scenario. Like for Crow to come back down to 25 cents, we'd probably have to see Bitcoin in like the 30K, like the low 30K region. So, and that would represent a fall of about 30 to 35% for Bitcoin, which makes it more justifiable to see a 40 to 50% decline in some altcoins, okay? So, yeah, I mean, for right now, guys, I say that if you haven't bought any Crow yet, and if you are interested in picking some up, I mean, we're almost 50% off our all-time high. And again, this is not financial advice, but if you were trying to buy it up here, I mean, this just looks incredibly appealing at this level. But once again, make sure you have a plan. Make sure you are prepared to average down if it does come back down. But that's about all I got to say about Crow for this video, guys. I just wanted to bring it to your attention in a timely manner because we have just had an 8% candle to the downside. However, nothing has changed for the fundamental story of this company. They're still improving every single day. And I remain bullish despite the price action, and I encourage everyone to try and feel the same. So, thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a good one.